Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales shows off PC release improvements. A brand new trailer for the upcoming PC edition of Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales highlights the version's many updates and improvements. A new trailer for the upcoming PC version of Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales showcases the many updates to Insomniac Games' hit action-adventure title. In order to capitalize on the success of Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered's PC release, Insomniac Games and Nixxes Software wasted no time in announcing the spin-off's PC debut. Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales is confirmed to come to the PC sometime this fall 2022. PC fans of the web-swinging wonder will soon have another great game to add to their libraries. Though it may look like the game is being released as an afterthought in time for the Christmas rush, a lot of factors seem to align for Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales' fall release. Not only does the game come hot on the heels of its predecessor's introduction to the PC, but it also fills a gap in Spider-Man-related releases. Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales isn't just a good Spider-Man game, it is also one of the best games to play during the holiday season. The new trailer, which Marvel Entertainment featured on its YouTube channel, highlights these updates alongside action-packed HD game footage. Most of the new features revolve around the game's overall presentation. Two major graphical changes include the addition of ray-traced reflections and shadows. Ray tracing is a technique that brings an extra level of realism to games, adding natural gradients in softness depending on the position of the sun and moon within the game. Players will have several ray tracing quality levels to choose from, depending on their preferences. Miles Morales supports NVIDIA DLSS 3, NVIDIA DLSS 2, NVIDIA DLA and NVIDIA Reflex, performance-enhancing tech designed to improve frame rate and overall image quality. This edition also allows players to view the game's frame rate, an essential feature for those who want to ensure they get the best performance possible. The game is fully optimized for ultra-wide gaming, supporting ultra-wide aspect ratios of 21:9, 32:9, and even 48:9 for those using triple monitor setups. The game also includes DualSense controller support. Miles Morales is set 1 year after the events of Insomniac Games' PS4 title, Marvel's Spider-Man. At this point, Miles Morales, Peter Parker's successor, is a fledgling hero trying to handle a street war between the Roxxon Energy Corporation and a high-tech criminal syndicate known as the Underground and led by the Tinkerer. One day, disaster strikes when the Underground attacks a Roxxon armored van carrying a shipment of an experimental energy source called Nuform. Tinkerer manages to escape with one canister after it has been infused with Miles' bioelectricity. Realizing that there is now even greater potential for Nuform to be weaponized against the city, Miles sets forth to thwart Tinkerer's plans. Miles Morales initially launched for PS4 and PS5 back in November 2020. The game currently has a Metacritic score of 85% and received praise from critics for its graphics, narrative and combat system. As of May 2022, the PS4 and PS5 versions of Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales have sold over 33 million copies worldwide. The release window matches the events of the game. And this is where the final piece of the puzzle falls into place, with the events of Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales transpiring during Christmas time. After spending more than a year under the tutelage of Peter Parker, Miles Morales is left to look over New York City while his mentor goes on a business trip to Symkaria. Thankfully, Miles and his best friend Gank are on Christmas vacation, which leaves them to come up with new ways for Miles to hone his superheroing skills. Aside from the snow that covers the city, players can see how Miles and his family celebrate Christmas. Both Miles' Puerto Rican and American heritage are on full display here as they partake in different traditions, while retaining the same sense of family and camaraderie that Christmas is all about. There is also something special about consuming media during their specific seasons, with Christmas being one of these times. Since Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales releases on PC around the same time as the events of the game, players might be more inclined to play it. The seasonal release will also make it easier for them to make connections between the game and the holidays. Video game release dates don't always have a rhyme or reason to them, but Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales PC release just seems right. Just as the original game was released on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in November 2020, the PC release seeks to capitalize on the holiday season and the lull in Spider-Man-related media. It doesn't have to be Christmas in order to be a Spider-Man fan, but this game, in particular, is one best played during the Yuletide season. For those interested in the upcoming PC remaster of Miles Morales, the game launches on November 18th,